Since 1932, these two programs have defined conferences, won national titles, and no matter what happens, they find their way back to each other. And when these two meet, the whole nation pays attention. Glad to have you with us from the original Cotton Bowl, located on the fairgrounds in the heart of Dallas, Texas. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Texas Longhorns, taking on last year's national champions, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Longhorns will put total leather to crank us up. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. So Oklahoma's offense will get the first possession of the game. And for a full year, the Longhorns have had to think about how they just got blown back down I-35 in that game last year, David.
Yeah, and heard it from their coaches all week long about the beatdown.
There he goes! Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force-feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
The Sooners, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Now sliding to his left. Makes a connection. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. And the Sooners are threatening in the red zone. Out of the gun to give to the back. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, the inside give. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Now, coaches always talk about starting fast and taking that opening drive and really setting the tone for the football game, and that is exactly what they did. And they finish it with a good brand of physicality, running the football, ending the drive, and getting off to the 6-0 start.
The Longhorns offense taking the field for a chance. We have to see them today. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, that can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. The Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to throw, it's Manning. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. And the Longhorns send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week, only called on twice. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up the big return. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit. Looking deep. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. from the gun, the ground game. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
You know what I really like about games like this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
The Sooners look to keep this drive humming. On the ground, it's Robinson. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run it from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've got it right on the edge of the red zone, but they face a 3rd and long. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. They pick the spot. It's going to be about a 37-yard attack. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the lead is even bigger. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. A lot of chapters in this rivalry. They've been in different conferences. They've been in the same conference, and now they're going to the SEC to elevate this feud.
And I feel like it just takes rivalry games in the SEC to a whole...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. The Longhorns will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes the catch at the midfield logo. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They've built a quick double-digit lead now to try to get this offense really humming. He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Using his legs, it's Robinson. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. Williams will pass. He'll get rid of it. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
And the Sooners really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down, they'll spot it at the 22. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Throws to the wideout. Touchdown Sooners! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do there.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about him after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And And the Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top, and they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. To throw, it's Manning. Rushes on him. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He'll pull it down. Moving past the 25. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. The Longhorns will call on their punt team. No fair catches here, looking for room. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. The Sooner offense returns to the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down. He's going for the big play. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Sooners decide to punt it away. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Here's the pressure. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's second and long. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Look, you want to make the quarterback feel you. You want to get pressure in his face. That was so close, but just a tad late. So they'll get a fresh set of downs thanks to that roughing the passer penalty. It's 1st and 10. Here's a heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Under fire. The screen, and watch out. They bring... But a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Back to throw, it's Manning. Pocket breaking down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. They'll look to pin him deep. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Out of the gun, the running back has it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I think a lot of times when offenses run these counters, you're going to fake one way, right? Pull guys the other direction. If you can get some penetration really quickly, get behind those pullers, you got a chance to get in the backfield, just like right there, and create a TFL.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking left. That's reeled in. It's Gibson. And they got the defense on that one, and they Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. He'll take a shot. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
Complete on the comeback. Tight windows, no problem to grab the tackle, and it's first down in the red zone at the 10. Power football with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give on the inside. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Snap it to the back. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And it'll be a touchback. Will come out to the 25-yard line. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Motion from the wideout. They'll give it to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. And the Longhorns will hustle to the line. Back to pass, it's Manning. Dumps it off in the flats. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. Oh, they're after him! And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Corrals it at the 45. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Lets it fly deep downfield. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their 3rd possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it.
Off the play fake. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. The Sooners will boot it away to start the second half. This drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Texas offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays.
And here comes the Heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Sends it back in motion. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. And the Longhorns will punt this one away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. He takes it at the 45. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Picks up the first down, still moving. He's had a day, 103 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing. Williams looking for a man. Got his man to the left. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. And the Sooners have it in scoring position on first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the route is on. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Under fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The Longhorns have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. The give to the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. It just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one. The Longhorns line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. Leaves it with the back.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up second and inches.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Moves away as he feels pressure. He's in open space downfield. Lots of running room. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Marking at the 17, and they are set up. The Sooners with the 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Oh, and he just dropped it. So close to his second interception of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Here they come on third down, and the defense has had no answer so far. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. Just drives it between the uprights. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Here comes the heat. And the it's there. And down he goes at the 18. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Wingo. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. You make up the game plan and not a lot on... sheet for this, 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Off play action. Catch in the middle, it's Baxter. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. The Longhorns will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. Caught in the backfield, it's Robinson. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. Runs through the tackle. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. So close to cashing it in for this offense. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Sooners!
Well, this offense has been physical. They came out in this game with a lot of pride and an ability up front and the belief that they can block people and get it done. They are dominating this defense. 3 rushing touchdowns now in the game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Murphy. Bringing the heat. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And the Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking to throw on 3rd and long. Pressure coming. And he ends up taking a safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
And your Oklahoma Sooners will take over 1st and 10.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Pulls it in. It's Sategna. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. To the air on 2nd down. Slings it downfield. Working on the right. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this 3rd period with a big play. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Here comes the option. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Touchdown, Oklahoma! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad. And oh man, there's some burn orange getting nervous in here thinking of the 2000 to 2003 blowouts, David.
And Reese, I know that, but man, it always feels like this game gets competitive in the end. And it's getting later, and it looks like Oklahoma's up big, Jesse, but I just wouldn't turn it off yet.
No, and if you're Texas, you just got to keep your composure, right? And it's because you've been looking at this game and circled this game on your calendar all year long. It feels like it's getting away from you. Don't hit the panic button right now.
Wide receiver going in motion. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. The Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking for a man. It's Murphy. Makes the grab. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. 3rd down, they got to get it to Neptune. He'll have to launch a rocket. The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Rides to back and leaves it. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Sooners can really attack on this 2nd and short. The give to the back. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get 1st downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. And the Sooners have this offense rolling. Touchdown, Sooners! Great job by the back on the option. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job.
Oh, he's got some space. Real pick up there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Might as well stick with him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. It'll be 3rd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. And the Longhorns send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. To the ground with the back. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Give to the back. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. They go to the ground. Got enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. The Sooners getting set on 1st and 10. Let's go! Williams will pass. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. The Sooners looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Let's it fly! And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a trap meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Grabbed over the middle. It's Lockett. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. They'll line up for a second down play. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. The Longhorns will bring the punt team onto the field. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on.
Turning it on! They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Gives it on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down. So here comes the field goal unit again. This kicker has already made 3 in this one. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Got his man down the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. It's complete to the left. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. It was the Sooners who put the horns down in Dallas today in the Red River Showdown, and they'll take that gold and head north of the river. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.